Here at Reach Out, we introduce one book every week. These timeless classics are available for students to read with our teachers in our Literature Club course. In the late 19th century, on to the 20th century, up-and-coming authors introduced a new form of literature that rejected the romanticism of earlier writers and emphasized the realism of the world, naturalism. This movement favored detachment, scientific objectivism, and social commentary. The authors tend to have an impartial tone to the story that they are telling in their writings, and settle with the idea that the world itself is indifferent to human life, and circumstances that are presented to humans have been decided by natural forces beyond human understanding. One of the most famous authors of this movement was a man by the name of O. Henry. The funny thing about him is that, well, that's not really his name. You see, Mr. Henry was too afraid that his writings would not amount to anything. So, to avoid ruining his reputation as an author, he and a friend came up with the pen name O. Henry instead of his real name, William Porter. While he didn't really write long and intense novels like our previous authors, he wrote a plethora of short stories and poetry that perfectly exemplifies the themes of naturalism. As the years went by, his stories became quite famous, so much so that publishers made a book that was entirely made up of all his short stories, called 41 Stories. Based on the title of the novel, guess how many stories there are? The stories are all categorized into different sections based on the setting and characters found in them. For example, the first section is dedicated to stories that take place in big cities, and another section for con men and weary travelers. The story that achieved the greatest fame was one located in the first section entitled The Gift of the Magi. The main character, Della Young, is crying because she only has $1.87 to buy a Christmas present for her husband, Jim, which happens to be the next day. Frantic, she runs through the city to find a woman that buys hair. Fortunately for Della, she has long, brilliant brown hair to offer up. The woman cuts her hair off and gives her $20 for it. Happy with the money to buy a gift, she rushes to a shop to have a chain custom made for her husband's pocket watch. Della returns home with the gift and waits for Jim to come home. As he walks through the door, he is puzzled and somewhat surprised at what happened to Della's hair. She explains what she had done and presents Jim with his brand new custom pocket watch chain. Regardless, he is still puzzled and surprised at Della's new look. Why exactly is Jim so puzzled and surprised by Della's hair? What other stories are found in this volume of O. Henry's greatest works? What does he have to say about the events that occur? Find out with us here at Reach Out, and let's read 41 stories together. See you there.